Welcome
podcast.
to the Adam and Sami Know What's Up podcast.
Season 2.
Starring Adam.
And Sami.
Sami's also here.
Yeah, I am.
Hi, Sami.
How you doing?
Sami. Season
2.
2.
Dos.
Wow.
Deuce.
We made it.
Yeah. We didn't get canceled, dude.
We made it.
We didn't get canceled. They
Season
were like,
2.
The feedback was, hey, a lot of water talk, a lot of Sami has to poop talk, Sami's a Jew, and Adam, he's kind of a bully.
We took a few meetings with the folks over at
Yeah, a lot of generals.
at Streaker
That's
and
Hollywood Talk.
Listen Notes and iTunes. Mm-hmm. We've met with all of our partners.
Yep.
They unanimously agreed I should continue having a podcast.
Wow.
So
That
here we are.
is unanimous because you
Here we are.
made meetings without me. That's
Here we are.
cool. That's cool. You're legitimately a D-bag.
So Sami, here we are.
Yeah. Present.
Do you realize what this is called? I mean,
Zen?
there's a word for what's happening
Present.
right now. Are you familiar?
Cognitive awareness.
I wish it was that, because that's a good one.
Well, what's the
But
word?
No.
Because I'm not a dictionary.
What's happening right now, Sami, is
Mm-hmm.
a comeback.
Oh.
Are you familiar with comebacks?
I'm familiar with Lisa Kudrow's comeback.
Okay, that's one comeback.
That's a TV show.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. Not interested either.
No. There's
Comebacks.
Justin Bieber has a comeback.
Hey, you're getting carried away.
Okay. Well,
Let's
I don't know what the
Let's
range.
define
Okay.
comeback. Mm-hmm. A comeback is when
Somebody splooges.
someone comes back to you. Right now, we're coming back to the ears of our listeners.
To return.
We're returning to the hearts and minds of
The souls.
people who value information and entertainment out there.
What makes you think that that's their value? Don't pick your nose.
Because that is the last thing that happened.
Okay, well, you rubbed it.
I think you might be
You
new to-
gently braced it with your shoulder, and it looked
yeah.
like you... Well, I saw nostril exposed and boogers. It was pretty...
Okay.
It was pretty not good. I
I-
mean, if
I know-
people saw that in marketing or anything
Yeah,
like that, they
but
would
they
not
didn't.
come back.
But they didn't.
No.
In fact, this whole conversation could have been bypassed if we would have just continued. But now you've directed attention to the comeback of me doing a simple nose scratch.
So now you're doing... Well, it was not a nose scratch. It was definitely...
That was its intended goal.
It was definitely exposed nostril.
When I set out to perform that act, the main idea was
violent.
The genesis of that idea
my
was
eyeballs.
to remove a tickle.
The Genesis?
Okay,
Was
so
Phil Collins in
so
it?
a comeback. Don't call it a comeback, like LL Cool J said. We are now in the
He
ranks.
doesn't even go by LL Cool J that much these days.
Well, this
He's
is
too busy acting up a storm on CBS
let
as a
this
popo.
Let this be, maybe information for him to bring it back.
Information
Okay.
Nation? Isn't that almost like a Janet Jackson
Maybe it's
song?
time LL Cool J brings back his rap career.
Oh, wait, yeah.
We are in the time now where people appreciate comebacks.
Did you like the band The Time?
Nostalgia.
That is nostalgic. Do you know about The Time? T-Y-M-E?
Know
That's
all about
also
it.
a spice.
I
But
put it-
Time,
I put it on my
that was
chicken.
one of my first albums I ever got because my uncle got it for me. And they're like, hey, The Time's really cool. And I was like, I don't know. I never heard of them. But then, lo and behold, they were the producers of Janet Jackson, which I brought her up twice, which you haven't even noticed. Because she had a comeback, baby! She came back stronger than her brothers.
Are you referring to Janet Jackson from Nutty
Nasty.
Professor 2?
No.
That was her comeback.
No, that was for me for acting.
Nobody realized.
She was on different strokes, you
Nobody
know?
realized until Nutty Professor 2 that she knew Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she did.
See the value of comebacks.
They're very valuable.
Maybe you'll meet somebody cool when you make a comeback.
Well, I have to make a comments first.
So comebacks. We've joined the ranks of very important other characters in history
Illustrious.
who have made comebacks. Let's go through the list.
Okay.
We recently,
We like lists.
Easter happened.
I don't care about Easter.
Oh wait, you don't know about Easter?
No.
Have you ever heard of it?
Listen, I know someone who has a last name named Easter, but I don't know why someone is opposed to going to the
Is
west
it
side.
the Easter Bunny?
What's a bunny? To
I
do
mean,
with Easter.
well-
I mean, it's about directions. Never eat soggy waffles. Duh.
Have you ever seen like a name?
Yeah,
like,
I've seen names.
in a dictionary. They do
I've
the
seen
last
names in
name
dictionary.
first. So my thought is, Bunny, Easter is maybe how your friend was. Anyway, we're getting off track here.
No, you're getting
so
off track.
Easter, Jesus
Who's that?
made a comeback.
Okay.
Jesus made a
This
comeback?
We're not, this is, no, we're not doing this.
I feel like it's my job to help you understand
I don't
the
think
right
so.
religion.
Just because you went to a missionary a couple weeks ago does not make me wanting to join your mission, okay?
Well, my favorite love positions aside,
I'm not talking about your
made
love
a comeback.
positions, okay? What is
Jesus made a comeback.
Okay, the only time Jesus made a comeback was when he was in a Kanye song, okay?
That was also a great time when
that's
Kanye made a comeback. He was failing and he knew it was time.
He was never failing. He had his jaw wired, dude. Like, know your Kanye history, bro. He does really great light shows for churches.
Have you ever seen The Light?
I've seen Light, yes.
Have you seen The Light? Big
Lightning?
difference.
Yeah, actually I have. I've almost died and I have dead body parts in me. Do you really want to go into this? How I am better and more ethereal than you?
That's when you saw The Light? Mm-hmm. You saw The Light and then you have someone put a dead body part in you?
That's part of the process, yeah.
Okay. So other
I've been
great
opened up
comebacks.
for cadavers and I have other souls in my spirit. So the path that I was on is no longer just my path. I carry somebody else's path, somebody else's journey in my person. Can you say that? No, you can't. No, you can't.
I can't?
No, you can't.
Why are you so quick to assume what I can and cannot say?
Because you didn't say anything, so that meant you can't say anything.
Is it possible?
Anything's possible, but not for your comeback
needs to
because
stop
you don't have anything.
for a second, so I can say something. Okay. Is that possible that could help?
I'm just waiting.
Is it possible?
I'm just waiting for I'm allowed to talk again because I need permission from the straight white man.
Okay.
Maybe they can make a comeback.
Speaking of straight white men with great abs, Jesus made a comeback.
No.
Other great comebacks. What's your favorite comeback that you've ever seen?
Michael Jordan, because I grew up in the Bulls era.
Okay. What she's referring to
No, I'm not referring to anything.
He played basketball.
Yes, that's correct.
And then he came back.
And did more McDonald's commercials.
Sold Hanes.
Especially, he would love to promote the McRib, because that comes back once a year.
Have you seen the new Michael Jordan documentary?
What? Who cares? I was already there. I already lived it.
Did you see it? I heard it was great.
Well, you need to have ESPN, and there's no sports going on, so I'm not going to watch documentaries about sports that already happened. I already read Phil Jackson's book 10, 15 years ago, Zen and the Art of Basketball. I was there.
Okay. So basketball... Do you think basketball will ever make a comeback?
Yes, once there's not, a freaking thing that is making people not being able to do activities.
So Michael Jordan, he was here, he was great, and then he made a comeback when he played baseball. Right?
Well, he did return playing baseball.
And he was the best baseball player.
In the minor leagues.
That
was a professional basketball player. Usually the best multi-sport athletes were football players and baseball players. Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders. Could I go on?
Okay.
No, I don't know
Sami
much
with
more.
Sports. We get it. You know sports.
Yeah, well, that's what people want.
Okay, so Michael Jordan. Great. You know what? I want to watch his documentary, but I don't know if I can
who else came back?
I don't know if I can support Michael Jordan with all he's done in his past.
He's done a lot of things more positive than not, but he did get his dad killed. So don't mess with Michael Jordan.
So Michael Jordan has a dark past.
Well, that's racist if you say it like that.
We know that his wife paid the ultimate price.
Okay, I'm not talking about him. Let's talk about other comebacks. Marty McFly, he came back multiple times in movies. He came back to the future.
Right.
He literally said, I'm coming back. He didn't say, I'm coming back, but he said, I'm back to the future. Then he said, I'm coming back to the future 2, Back to the Future 3. So...
Dinosaurs came back?
The TV shows?
No,
cartoons?
the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Raptors.
In Jurassic Park?
That was a documentary where we saw how they were living now among us.
Oh, well, I didn't watch that documentary either.
The dinosaurs returned.
Because I already lived it, probably, and I was like, pass.
And I found that to be pretty terrifying.
All I was intrigued was like, hey, I want a Jeep like that, and then I didn't get a Jeep like that.
Why not?
Because I couldn't drive then, but I really want a Jeep like that, but then the gas mileage is pretty weak, so then why would you get that? And then it deteriorates. Like, if you want a base model of a Jeep, you have to ask for air conditioning. That's not something you can just assume that's coming in the car.
Have you ever considered driving your own life?
I do. I take the steering wheel and I put the pedal to the metal.
I believe we're in control of our own destinies. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day you can try that.
I don't really like controlling destinies because, one, they're usually women who are like very like into candles. They're very into the spirits. They're very into crystals. And I'm like, Destiny, and they're like, what? I'm Destiny, you know? And I don't want to like really hang with those types of destinies. Is that what you mean?
You got to put yourself adjacent to the right crowds.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you are like who the circle is around you. You know what they say? Whoever this they is, they say you reflect the top 5 people that you hang out with.
Is that true?
It is true. You reflect my neuroses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like other people, cooler people, reflect all the other awesome elements of myself.
Oh, you do. So you're spreading.
You're like the weakness.
Spreading a disease among these people.
No, I don't spread disease. I spread joy. I spread smiles and enthusiasm and health.
Speaking of destiny.
No, I don't. I told you I don't speak about destiny no more.
Okay, well then let's return
kind of
to the comeback. So, you know who else made a great comeback? The Terminator came back to the 80s.
He said, I'll be back, yeah.
He said, I'll be back, and he meant it, okay?
Yeah.
And he altered the destiny of Sarah Connor.
You know, Sarah Connor.
Yeah, let's discuss.
Why do you think she has an E or an O at the end of her name? Like, that's confusing to me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you make those choices? Are you an E or are you an O? Like, how do you do double N's or do you just do one N? It's very confusing, those Connors.
I can see how you would dwell on things that don't matter.
Well, also, I heard they're related to Roseanne Connor from Roseanne.
You know, that could be, but
and they came back.
So, I think we agree here.
Connor's
we need to
comeback,
celebrate the Terminator's comeback because he came back and didn't kill the right Sarah Connor. He killed 4 or 5 other ones in the phone book who were useless to society.
Phone book, bro?
He killed other ones who were not
gonna make a comeback?
Contributing to the 80s. And he altered their destinies.
You know who also came back?
Thanks to a comeback.
You know who also came back?
He did.
Bill and Ted. Because they had an excellent adventure.
Old Biff came back.
Yeah, and then he became pre-Trump fantasy Destiny Land.
Old Biff came back to the 50s, gave the almanac to Doc Brown, and then he had a casino.
Was it an almanac?
Okay.
It was a farmer's almanac.
It was an almanac.
You know what's great about that?
It had great sports events. You would like the almanac because it had a lot of information.
The Cubs were supposed to win in 2015.
Right.
But they didn't. You know what they did?
Old
they
Biff
rallied.
it.
They rallied and they came back.
Right.
And they won with a big W. It took a long time for us to get another one. So every 100+ years, the Cubs are gonna win.
Yes.
And that, my friend, is about patience. It's about keeping up with the Joneses. It's about determination.
The Joneses can run.
Man.
They can run.
They run.
They got nice shoes.
And then you gotta
tight.
You have to entertain people and make them still invested in you.
Right.
And then when everything starts to percolate, oh my God, share joy everywhere.
Right.
Too bad the Brewers can't say that.
So you believe Chicago is making a comeback?
They did.
Cubs,
did you know how we began?
Michael Jordan, even though he may or may not have murdered his family.
He may or may not.
And now he's back wearing Hanes underwear, and he's got a Hitler mustache.
Well, I don't know about that.
And he's making a comeback in the sports world.
He's also crying, so he might feel emotions, and that might be coming back. And
I'm not familiar.
There's a big.
He's feeling things?
Yeah, he starts to feel things now.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, well, he has tears. He's trying to be one of the cloak, you know?
You know who I think tears are for?
Tears, fears?
For fears.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Okay, so Chicago Bulls are back. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan's back.
Yeah.
He's got a new documentary out there about how he got away with murder. And he drove away in a white Bronco.
Nope, that's a different professional sport athlete. But he was in jail, then he went out of jail, then he came back into jail, and that is O.J. Simpson. And he became very popular about a year or two ago, had his own TV series, and it was a reenactment.
The Simpsons?
No, man.
I don't think...
Ryan Murphy big guru of fantasy, death, and drama.
I think we agree.
He was like, O.J. Simpson! John Travolta was in it, and he is notorious for multiple comebacks when he was in Pulp Fiction, because Look Who's Talking kind of didn't save his career. It was like just a Band-Aid.
But he made a comeback.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So everyone put him in a corner, the corner of a dance floor. Saturday Night Fever.
Oh man, I feel the heat.
And they loved him then, but then he faded from the spotlight.
Yeah.
Just
Once
like
you grow a mullet,
Simpson.
it's hard to come back.
Right. You really kind of you seal your fate with a mullet.
A mullet,
wait, you don't believe in fate.
I don't necessarily say I don't believe in fate.
Believe in destiny.
I don't believe in destinies.
Okay, even though the Terminator proved it, you still don't believe.
But you know what? I haven't seen
During
all
his
the
comeback.
Terminators, so I haven't come back.
You only need to see the one with the.
What was the blip 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 blip?
You know what? They're all good. Watch every one of them.
Well, the only one
That's
I saw.
what I'm getting at. But
I
the
definitely
first
saw
one.
the one with Christian Bale, which I think we've discussed. I'm pretty sure we have. And that's when I noticed.
Right.
Batman has a little thing
Batman
above
Begins.
his eye.
Right.
And then I was like, I don't know about this Christian Bale guy.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, that guy came back from a controversy too.
Right.
Yeah.
You're referring to when he made that film Newsies, and we don't even have newspapers anymore.
No, we don't.
And
we don't really have musicals.
I won't stand for that. Okay, so comebacks. Old Biff came back.
Old Biff.
The Terminator came back. Ooh, Sir Mix-a-Lot, his baby got back. She got back.
That's not exactly. I mean, technically come back, but not the whole thing.
She came back.
I don't know.
And her back was.
We talked about Marty McFly. Let's get on track. You're getting derailed because you're trying to be like, yo, I know about hippity hop. And it's like, no, you don't.
Well, when LL Cool J talks about coming back and Sir Mix-a-Lot's got back,
no,
it's real. And
you know what was a good comeback? Beastie Boys. If you want to go rap venue, they came back. They were like, hey, we're going to come off like as punk. Then we're going to do hip-hop. And then they were like, no. And then we're going to do this. Then they freaking tanked.
Right.
Then they came back, and they proved themselves to be worthy. And then they became very apologetic for being misogynistic, party frat boy types. And then now they are like lauded, mature, progressive people.
A large percentage of that group is in the grave right now.
Only a third.
So I don't know if you realize that.
I don't think you realize that that's not the large percentage if more than less is there.
The Beastie Boys may not have had a right after all.
Well, they had a right to party. They party probably better than you and I combined.
I'm not going to even talk about you comparing your partying habits to me.
My party skills?
Us going
Dude,
there.
I am
like
a party
mistake.
princess, okay?
That feels like a mistake.
You're a mistake.
Okay, so...
That's why your parents were like, we need 2 more to make up for this mistake.
Speaking of which, how are your parents?
My parents are delightfully
Howard
great.
and Susan?
Yes, my dad's growing a mustache. How's your father?
Your dad's growing a mustache.
Yeah.
He's making a comeback with the facial hair.
Yeah, he shaved it a long time ago. Then he got it once after he had cancer, and he grew it because he was like, I need testosterone.
Downer.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still alive. So he came back from disease.
Go Howard.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
cool.
My mom, she had hip surgery. Then she was like, I'm not done with this. She got other hip surgery.
So then she got a mustache.
Then she got come back. Well, she has a mustache for different reasons, and she's going to definitely be like, well, I didn't like you talking about me like this, but you're accurate.
So after Susan's hip hurt, she grew a mustache to match her husband's mustache, to match Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he had a mustache. He has a mustache.
They all came back with a mustache.
They all had a meeting in town hall in Chicago.
Maybe we should have grown a mustache for our big comeback for season 2
Well,
today.
I'm growing a Fu Manchu Jew thing, so we're good.
Yeah?
Yep. Anyways, how's Pammy and Bri? Those are your parents.
Never heard anybody call them those words before.
Well, that's why you're stunned. Maybe you should go back and see them, and then you can come back home and be like, yo, Pammy, yo, Bri, what up? It's me, Adam.
You know, in a way, we are a comeback of our own parents' existences.
We're the highlight reel of their insecurities.
Do you realize that?
Do you like this echo when I drink water?
They lived the full extent of their life. You know, it ran its course by their mid to late 20s. And then they came back through us.
No, my parents were in their late 30s to early 40s. You know, we are actually a spark of joy that's been created by our parents.
Do you realize every fire started with a spark.
Yeah. That's why the Chicago had a fire, and then they came back, and they built a city. Yeah, they were a farm, and then now...
Chicago went through a lot. They were on fire.
Dude.
They have the Cubs,
you don't even know how much Chicago's been through.
They have the Bears, who everyone hates.
Yeah, even the fans.
Everyone hates the Bears.
Because they make bad choices.
And Chicago also made a comeback when they... What else did they do? Oh, when Michael Jordan... allegedly murdered his wife.
No, that's
and that waiter.
No, that's not it. That was O.J. Simpson.
He murdered.
But fun fact: the waiter went to my high school, and then the reporters came back to our school to go and interview people about him. And then when I was in college, I was a waitress for weddings. And then there was a man with a mustache, and we were like, "Why is he familiar?" And it was Ron Goldman's dad. And we were like, oh. And then one of the waitresses, she's like, "Why do you look familiar?" And then he had to be like, "Because my son was bloodily murdered in one of the biggest trials of the decade."
Michael Jordan.
Nope.
So you should probably lay low. It sounds like you were directly involved.
Dude, I'm telling you don't want to mess with me. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I got people. I got connections. I got a lot of people.
Connected.
I got a lot of stories that you don't know.
And she's coming back.
That's why I don't believe in destinies, because they're choices you make, and then you can call it a destiny.
Okay.
But I think it's just the choice of the track you went on.
I'd like to see you tell the Terminator there's no destinies and see how that goes. Okay, this has been our comeback episode. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the Adam and Sammy Know What's Up podcast.
Yeah, thanks so much. It was I'm so grateful.
I'm delighted to see you.
I am too. Do you know that we have people in France that listen to us?
I assume that's where most people...
I mean, we're like the Jerry Lewis of freaking podcasts, bro.
We're killing it.
We're killing it. But until... next time.
Okay.
I hope you have a blessed day.
Thank you for listening.
And then you come back to the next episode.
Keep coming back, and we'll keep coming back.
Yeah, baby.
Thanks for listening. iTunes, Spotify, we came
Google
back.
Play.
They all agreed that this is a cash
Major
cow.
players, platforms. Watch out, Rogan. Cow. We're coming for you.
Cash cow. But we appreciate our contemporaries, and we're grateful for the path they've paved.
Oh, shush.
Thank you,
Bye.
Spotify. Bye-bye.